There's the house now. It's unusual. It's unusual. I'd make a brilliant house for a horror movie, isn't it? It's a lot of woodwork to it on the outside. If you took away the woodwork, it would take a lot away from it. But there's a lot of wee dormer windows and stuff, and that's what makes it more unusual than other houses. That's all the wee dormer windows. But you can see them was turned into an old people's home, where they put in fire escapes and stuff. And a lot of stuff would have been ripped out then, like. Can you imagine when they had it, they didn't even insulate it? The old fashioned oil burners and all, they heated up and all, like pipes running everywhere. And if you want to use that now, like, yeah, I imagine that people want to just rip out the whole shell, maybe keep it outside, it wouldn't be worth the while. You could climb in there, but it's in a very dangerous state now, the house. I say, if the wood wasn't on it, it wouldn't look the same. All the wee wooden verandas look nice, like. I'd imagine they're all brown wood now. I'd imagine they're probably painted white now, eh? Because people weren't in. And saying that, the fisher boards were all brown. Because they weren't really into stained wood the way we are now. I think the door might be open. Has that doorway been knocked open, has it? If it is, Luna's going to go in. How about it going out there? See, the roof and all's completely gone. There's no ceilings there. You can see the light through the slits. Look at that, boy. Look at the roof now, look at that. Oh, look at that. Hey. Is this GoPro picking it up with it? Wooden floor downstairs. Why is everywhere I go need a torch? High ceilings, corners, all wood paneling. Wood paneling is like plywood. It doesn't look expensive, it looks cheap. Maybe that was put on the people's home. The GoPro's not taping this place right. We're at the front door of the house, and they had a tile floor here on, but once you get through here, it's a wooden floor and it looks like a parquet floor. See the parquet on top? Lena! I don't think the wood paneling's original. It looks to me like plywood. I wonder, can I put the light on this here? Can I put the light on? So I need to sort of watch when I'm walking. I'll take my time and see how it turns out. Then I'm on, I take your time here, Pep. Then I run through glass like how I was so Paul. So that was Wonders facing outside there. You see the shape of this place, like you see the light through up above. So I wouldn't want her moving bins and things and falling on me like. Them's original big doors there. I say it was an old people's home, so a lot of things would be shifted. There's holes in the floor. A lot of wee rooms, but you'd think there'd be big rooms now, wouldn't you? Where's all the big rooms? There's our coat hooks here. But then again, that could have been for the staff and all. Big pipes for the central heating. Fluorescent light. This could have just been an office here. It was old people's home. But I'm not going to go around the whole house because it's a dangerous state. But if I just see one or two of the big rooms. Staircase. It is a nice staircase. It's not like a servant staircase, but it's not like a staircase you get in a grand house. It's in a separate room. So it's hard to know. There's stairs on up there too, like nice wee side. But see, the house could be built on at different times. But normally these houses have 2 or 3 staircases. Big grand rooms. I just hope we see 1 or 2 of the grand rooms. Look at the big hallway now, look. Big bay window there. This will be a big room here. There you are now, look. Look, this thing's falling there. She hears something falling, she runs towards it. That could have been like a bookcase and all in there, couldn't it? And with the skirting board and all there. Could have just been a big, this could have been the dining room here. They could have the big table over there to serve all the stuff. And So there you have wood on the wall there. That's more original. So there was wood on the wall. Big arch panel. So that's looking under your veranda outside. The ceilings and all, it's just like wood everywhere. They like the wood, so they did. I wonder did they have any, like a bit of the stained glass. A bit of stained glass still on the window. Somebody's broke a bit of it, but still the stained glass is still there. The bedroom wallpaper up the very, very top. There's a pipe there for the radiator. You're up in the attic there. But even then, look how much light shining through the window in that attic. Fluorescent light, that's from the old people's home. Steel electric sockets. That is blown away down there, so it is. So this will be my only time in here. I think next time I come here, that'll be gone. Shelving. Some kind of shelving unit. There's the wood panel coming off the wall there. So bright in here because the sun's shining straight through the roof. That's about the most ornate cove in there. It's not spectacular. They mustn't have had any Italian plasters. Every time you go to the National Trust, all the Italian ones came from Italy to do it specially for them. That's the usual story, isn't it? So you see that does go down there. There's a drop underneath. So these shutters here the curtains were too hard to use years ago. They used these shutters. That's just shut there, you know. Maybe the top ones didn't move. Our top ones don't move because they do move. Top ones do move. Oh no, we're going to get a shutter moving here. Bit of history. But you can't put your hand underneath. How did they open them? I can't grip. I must have stood on a stool. But you used the shutters instead of curtains. So them two shutters there, they're folded in. There's another one folded in that, and the two of them would unfold and block your window up. And that's what you use. Ugh, I can't get it. She's jammed at the top. I'm going to try this one here. Oh no, been there too long. Now that one is off, you get the idea. I'm sitting there and closed. I'd say it would still work, you know, we screw everybody poke it out. I'd say it would still work. The glass would lift up, see the handle, so you can actually walk right through there. That's tall enough to walk right through. Yeah, the ceiling though is a bit of a light here. I would say by the time a hotel that's a cheap light fitting there. If she had a chandelier on it, Luna, take your time. Luna, don't go down the hole. If that had a chandelier on it, they would have took it out before they sold it. Fireplace looks a bit boring there. You wouldn't get that in a big house, would you? That's more out folks home there. Maybe false tiles or something stuck on there, like so that it look like that's folks home. I'll be parking old chairs sitting in here instead. There's how you done your walls, lime plaster. You got the rough wall. There's no insulation on them days. You put your battens over it because the wall's all rick-rackety. You put your lime plaster on there, use horsehair and all that. That's been skimmed with modern plaster over the top. Bits of wood, no plasterboard in them days. You had to put bits of wood on. You imagine the amount of nails banging on the wood. And then to try and get the stick, that's why you need the horsehair. You had to push the plaster through the gaps for it to grip. A lot of work. Oh, look at this here now, look. See, here's your shutters now. See the way the shutters work there now? That would pull back. So it would work. Not much crap in the way. But I don't know why houses don't have that today. Because the windows are so big that you couldn't pull the curtains. The curtain material was so expensive that if you were to get the curtains and pull them the way you do in your house, it would destroy the curtains. So they had the big ornate curtains, but they didn't use the curtains. You used your shutters. So it wasn't to do with security or nothing else. It's just, that's how you blocked out the light. Wallpaper there, that's how people's home wallpaper there. No, I can hear glass. So there's a hole in the floor. We're not going to go much further than this. This is the main rooms here. That's all we need to see. That wasn't all a door outside, that was an actual doorway. They have an false door here now. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that there, wonder that. Not nice there, not. So this must have been where the staircase was. No staircase here now, but you look at the parquet floor. If you're going to put, there's the main hall there. There's your stairs over there. So the stairs have been ripped out. The stairs wrapped around, look. So this is a bit dodgy here. Ah, skylight. That was a skylight. That would have been all stained glass then, imagine. See that steel frame? That steel frame. So that you didn't see the pitched roof. The pitched roof had the glass on it. But you had, you see where the roof's got up on a slope? That would have been flat. And all glass. That would have been frosted glass. And that would have looked lovely there. See, the day that came down there, we came down with a bang. There's a bathtub coming down. See, next time you go to National Trust property, you know, you can see how the bolt there, that's further out people's home. That panel looks a wee bit nicer there. So it's a little bit of a nice staircase. The staircase started off there. Where's this for? The staircase started going up there, across here, up there, and then you would have a landing. How far the landing went, you don't know. There's a big socket there for a beam. Iron girder or something, probably a wooden beam, because there's that wooden beam. See that big wooden beam there? Ah, she's probably across there. That would have been all landing space. The wall's blue, so they must have had a wee bit of a room there. That must have been a wee bedroom or something on there. Another skylight, but then again, you mightn't have seen that skylight. It might have had a frame like this. I'll go away from the glass, pet. So you mightn't come in the door, and that looked nice, wouldn't it? You're coming down here. Look at this. The radiator sitting up there. There's been a fire in here. That's all the plasterwork has been burned. There's another skylight. That would have been a big square skylight. You wouldn't have seen the pitched roof like. You would have had a metal frame like that, and then glass on it. There's your metal frame there. There's a wee bit of the glass, frosted glass. A stained glass as well. So that frame there would have been high up there in the roof. Pitch dark. That's a main big room again. That could have been playing snooker or something like that. Smoking room. There's a room for everything. If you want a fag, you went into one room. If you wanted the drink, you went in another room. If you want your breakfast, you go into a room. If you want your dinner, you go into a room. Room for everything. So you can only guess what these were like. That's also going outside. Lots of doors going outside, but that's all them wee verandas you see there. Probably as the sun moves around, you see. You're sitting, have your wee cup of tea. So that's another big grand hallway there, like. It's not as fancy as the rest now. It's a big hallway, but it's not fancy. There's a lift for the old people's home. Oh, the shaft probably goes down, God knows how far. I'm not going to go into the wee danger places. You can see that shaft going up there now. So tiles. That's the roof. That's part. But you know what that is? That's probably when you got tiles on the wall, is it? That's outside, anyway. That outside's on the side now. The tiles on it. It's actually safer here now, like. Unless you're here in a storm, then walls could collapse. But there's nothing to fall on us here, such. I bet it had a wee range in it at one time. There's a bit of staircase there. Look, Lula's got up the stairs. Lula's stepped. See the iron girders? So they had iron girders. You see where this plastered over now? That's another staircase. It's not the main one, but that's the one the family would have used when they went. Oh, I forgot a pair of socks. I'll screw up and get one. You used that staircase. They're big iron girders there too, you see. Iron girders all ground until you get a fire in a building. Then the metal heats up. Everything collapses. Parquet floor here again. Look what in there. Luna! Hope I mind how to get out. All these non-slip things for the old people's home. Heat sensor, smoke alarm. Look at people would have e-books and all in there at one time. Aye. That all that paint, I'm saying that they might have took the lead off. I'd love to see a kitchen when this tile is there now, look. But see that could be the old people's home. They could put the tiles on there. Saying that, they do look quite nice tiles, don't they? So I would say, see them buttons on top of the tiles? I would say the tiles would come back to the old house. But why would you have tiles in here and nice windows? But the windows could be made, look, there's kitchens there now. Luna! This is the kitchens here. But is it the kitchens of the old people's home or is it the kitchen of the house? Normally kitchens wouldn't have these fancy windows here, but that is the backyard. If they had frosted glass in that, you'd maybe expect kitchens in here more, but a bathtub. See, it was a hotel for a while as well. So you don't know. The ceiling's a lot lower. Ceiling's a lot lower here. And it's got them floors you get in toilets. So that wouldn't go back to the old house there. This could go back to a hotel rather than... that's if it was a hotel. I believe it was a hotel for a while. But if it's a hotel, you'd have numbers on all the doors, wouldn't you? Look, that's more servant staircase there, isn't it? A wee narrow one. That's back in the same kitchen again. What's beeping here now? That's my GoPro. This is all tiles back here. Some more hardware floor. So this is out there. All the shelves. That's your wee. Now you're saying that you would think that's. You don't see nothing on this here. It's all shelves. You think automatically. Now there's windows. That's where you might have kept your food and stuff, but it could have been where they kept the dishes and all that. Because if it's food, people will steal it. You want bars in your window. See, there's all these wee store cupboards, different stuff. Originally in the big day, look, see that, there you go now. There's your hole with a wire frame. But that's not made for decoration, that's just to get light in. That's how you done it. Tile floor. Funny, but you got a room here, no door, nothing. If this is a kitchen, it's nice windows, isn't it? Like, how do you know? I would say this is all workers and all down here. There's somebody's COVID booster vaccination card. Going with them big brackets, I would need to say there was sinks on there, but I don't see no plumbing. So it could be something else. Could be even a big pipe there. This could even be wash hand basins for the old people's home. You don't know. I haven't seen no showers or nothing like that. You think if it was, you'd have extractor fans and stuff like that in it. Pretend it was an old people's home. There, would that be? Now you see, so windows is putting me off. Big shelves like that you think might be bottles of wine and stuff. Because there's no cellars to this house. But then why would you put windows? But then maybe them is north facing windows. It's all staff, it's all servants in here anyway. But there's so many windows. Blue, this be bathroom here. There's pipes coming in. So you had your sinks and all around here. That's clear glass on there now. If that been frosted glass. Then you're going through glass, pet. You've already got a sore toe. Come on, pet. We'll go outside heading out now. And all on any skylights. Brilliant job, the skylights, isn't it? So a big portion of this house here is servant prison, isn't it? That's good outside there, like, so that's, you brought the goods and all in and out. But so we're at the back of the house. We didn't walk through this wall, did we, did we? Oh, that's a... There's quite a big portion of it all tiled at the back. And you'd think that this house was 3 floors at one time. That's unusual there. Steel. What's the other side of that? Would that be the other side of the range? Would that be to clean out the chimneys and stuff? Originally, although there's electric cookers there now. So that might have been the original kitchen there. So I would say that's where the range was. They have the original cooker. See where that brace sticks out? They have electric cookers there now. So that original would have been hollow. And the original cooking would have been inside there. You see an wee chimney there. So it's not hollow. But how do you work out? That's a big flue anyway. What's this here, sticker? Keep face clear of grill when in use. Do not tip grill shelf towards you by pulling it out. That's a more modern grill and all this. That's what those folk want in the toast pit. So I would say all these tiles and floors all done. That's the floor you had in my primary school now. Like. They had them floors in the 60s. Public toilets. I don't know when they brought them out. I think they're brilliant floors. I'd like one in my kitchen now if I get one. It's a stone and they grind it down. Makes it all shiny. That's the cleaner out anyway. Maintenance. So it wasn't electric when they had that in. Come on now, Lena. You never know where you're going to end up. There's a radiator there, and that's a radiator shelf. Look, a wee cupboard under the stairs. Aye. A wee cupboard under the stairs. Definitely worth a seeing. Made my day. It's made my day that day. But see, I haven't done no damage here. I haven't pulled nothing off. There's nothing wrong. I think it's called Urban Explorer or something like that. The ones on YouTube do this, but they break in and all. I'm not into all that. They always just happen to find a wee way in. The thing I disagree with YouTube, a lot of times they say disused buildings. Disused doesn't mean you can trespass. That was a lovely wee door there. Boys are coming in the grand hall. See the big staircase coming through here. I'm on out to the wee balcony. And they get the wee servant bring a couple of wee drinks. There's no need. See, they see double doors. That's your woman, the big dresses and all like. Oh, they don't know why I scrape the dresses against the door. That's why the stairs and all was so wide. It wasn't because of men. Women's dresses. Then I'm on down this way now, pet. So how many paws would you give this, pet? See, I could get a bit of that parquet now and take it home as a souvenir. What's the point? Means nothing. It belongs here. Definitely fireplace there in the hall. But that's wouldn't have been a modern fireplace like that when they built it. It'd been lovely to see it in its day, wouldn't it? That hall there, that would have been lovely. You're coming down here, like, you come in the front door, the servants are taking your coats and all off, your top hat, they're taking them off, the horse and carriage is outside, like, he's going to take them around to the stables. There's your plaster there now, look. See the wooden frame? Now the plaster down the outside to get your shape. So that's how you put your frame on behind. So you don't see that in National Trust properties. See how it's hollow? Because they're behind. Same there. That's interesting. I'm just interested in how they do all these things, like. I remember when I was away in our house, before drills, that's the way our house was done. You see these pegs? If you want to put a batten of wood across there now, you put your batten up, you drill your holes, put in your oil plugs, put your screws in, and you put a bit of wood filler over on top of your board, and that's it. Back then, there was no drills. You got a hammer and chisel, and you banged out a hole. Now, they've got nice square holes, so maybe they left the square holes when they built the building. But you physically banged the hole out with a chisel. You then got a piece of wood, everybody had wood for kindling, and you banged the wood into the hole. And then you put your piece of wood across, and you would screw in or nail into the piece of wood. That's what you had to do for a picture reel. It was big, and all the houses years ago, houses had picture reels, because they didn't want you banging nails into the wall. They didn't have steel nails and things. So you had a picture reel, and the idea was you hang a picture, you wouldn't damage your wall, because it's too expensive to paint walls. But that's the effort you had to go to. And you see here, they've got a batten down here to hold the paneling. You know, so when they actually build this house at the start, that's all put in before the plaster's put on. You got to think well ahead on how everything's going to get on. And it'll be the same with all them window casings and all. You'd have wood and all behind. And then when it comes to putting on the fancy wood, you got something that you nail into. That's a real old socket there, round pin. That's probably the first electric that was put into the house. And you see, like that area wallpaper, like that's old people's home now. But maybe they would have had hand printed wallpaper originally. They did things like that in them days. But I don't know how this boy got, I don't know nothing about the history, I don't know how they got the wealth. But was the house built in one go? Was it added on to? Because a lot of times when you add on to a house, you end up with very dark rooms. But say there you've got a window there now, and the boy says, I want a new wing. You take that window out and build a new wing. The new wing will be spectacular. But this hallway will be dark. Because it hasn't got the skylight. Because originally it was built with a window. But because they altered, and that's how some houses end up with real dark spaces in them. So the grand staircase is in that hall. Servants using that. Still $2,000 for servants, but so I would say some of the only ones in the house are screwed up and down there. You're not bringing buckets of water up and down there. So you take the coat off your man. Suppose they just hang it on a wee coat stand, wouldn't they? That's beautiful there. There is no door locks on, everything's missing like. I'll just keep the phone going now since we started this. Look, around this way, Luna. Can we go around this way?